In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to keep your cornrows looking clean and fresh. If you've ever dealt with cornrows after a week or two of having them, they get all crazy fuzzy, they look all messed up, and you just don't know what to do. In this video, I'm going to be solving that issue for you. So be sure to watch the video from start to finish so that you can see exactly how you're going to do the application process. Now, this is going to be a morning and a night routine, and there's a couple of things that you're going to need to do this. One is going to be a good hair oil. Now, hair oil is going to be very necessary for this process because hair oil is one of the best ways to moisturize braids. You don't want to put any sort of water in your braids. You don't want to put any sort of conditioner. You want to mainly moisturize your braids with oils. Now, all these oils are going to be honorable mentions if you don't already have a solid one that you're using. Another thing that you're going to need is a hair mousse. You can use the one that I'm going to use in this video, or if you have your own, you can use that as well. Just make sure it's going to be a good hair mousse. If you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I make videos on hair care, skin care, fitness, fashion, and health, but mainly I make videos on hair care. So if you care about your hair, which I'm going to assume you do since you're watching this video, be sure to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. Another thing you're going to need is a do-rag. Do-rag is going to be a very important step because this is how you're going to lay your hair or your braids down and prevent your braids from continuously being fuzzy. This is something that you can do whether it's day, whether it's night. This is also something you can do if your braids are already at a fuzzy state, or if you're trying to prevent your braids from getting fuzzy. What we're going to do is we're going to start off by moisturizing our braids. So we're going to apply our oil. I'm going to be using this one here. We're going to apply our oil in between each and every one of our parts here. So I have 6 braids in total. So my hair is broken into 5 parts. That's excluding the 2 on the side, but you do want to hit the 2 on the side as well. So you're just going to work the oil through the very front of your scalp all the way to the back. You can see me using a mirror in this clip here because it's actually pretty hard to see the back of your head. So if you don't know how to do that properly, I highly recommend using a mirror or having someone apply it for you. But yeah, you want to make sure you're applying that in between each and every one of your individual braids. So that piece of your scalp that you can see, you're applying the oil all the way from front all the way to the very back of your braids. Now, I usually speed up clips like this because, you know, once you see me apply it into one, you can kind of get the gist on how to apply it to the rest. But I chose not to, just so you guys can see the raw, uncut footage here and truly see like how this process is done. I'm taking my time. I'm making sure that I'm distributing the oil evenly in between each of those parts. I literally woke up first thing in the morning and decided to record this video, so you can literally see a do-rag line on my forehead, but we'll choose to ignore that. Now, applying that oil is going to help to moisturize your scalp. This is very important when it comes to having braids, because one of the main reasons that people get braids is to protect your hair as well as to, you know, promote your hair growth, since your hair is going to be being put in a protective style there. So you're either trying to grow your hair, you're trying to protect your hair, or you just like the way it looks. Either way, you're going to want to keep your braids looking nice, fresh, and neat, so you want to make sure they stay moisturized. Now you're going to take your pinky here and you're going to run your pinky from the very front of your part to the very back of your part. Right after that, you're going to take that oil and you're going to start to work it into the actual braid. So this is going to be a very important part because you want to make sure your hair is actually moisturized and your scalp is also actually moisturized. So you're going to work that into each and every one of your braids. Just look at that braid. Look at that. Such a nice braid. Looks like a little leaf or something. So you can see me running it through each and every one of those braids. We're working that in. I'm trying to get that moisture into my scalp, into the hair. I'm trying to get it to the roots there. And you can also see me taking my sweet time and being very gentle here, because again, if you're too rough, whether you're running your finger to the very front and back of your scalp, or you're working it into the actual braid, if you're too rough, it can actually upset the hair and cause your hair to actually be more frizzy. So this is probably one of the most important steps when it comes to this. So definitely make sure you're taking your time with this. Make sure you're trying to manipulate or, you know, adjust your hair as little as possible. You don't want to start to create any more frizz than you already have, or you don't want to create frizz in the process of doing this. So you're going to be gentle, you're going to take your time, and you're going to work that slowly and lightly while using your pinky here, so that you're using as little pressure as you can. All right, now it is mousse time. Now this is setting mousse. What mousse does for your hair is it lays your hair down and basically sticks any frizzy hair to the rest of your hair. It also helps to moisturize your hair. So the way you're going to apply this is you're going to apply it directly to the braid, and you're going to apply it in a squeezing motion. So you're actually going to squeeze the braid lightly and have it absorb the mousse. It's going to absorb the moisture. That's going to be a lot better than just running it through your braids. It's going to irritate your braids and cause more frizz. So going ahead and using something like a mousse is going to be an amazing way to hydrate and moisturize your hair. On top of that, it's going to be extremely beneficial to braids, since it's going to be helping to lay and stick any fuzzy hairs to the actual braids and hold everything together. So mousse is basically pretty sticky. It's like a sticky consistency, so it definitely helps to hold and band the hair together. So that's why we're applying it here. You see me applying it to the ends because the top of my hair isn't all that frizzy, so you see me applying a lot less here. But what it's going to do is it's going to help to keep that braid together. It's going to help to keep the hair together and help to minimize frizz. So if your hair is already fuzzy, if you're already at a point where your braids are fuzzy, you can actually kind of rejuvenate them or give them just a little bit more of a fresher look by applying mousse. And then if your hair isn't fuzzy, but you're trying to prevent it from being fuzzy and it's time to moisturize, then I highly recommend using setting mousse. Usually it takes my braids roughly around like a month or around like a month and a half. It starts to get just a little bit fuzzy, so I won't really apply mousse. I really won't. I'll just do the oil initially for like the first 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Around like 4 weeks, my hair's starting to get just a little fuzzy, so that's when I start to do the mousse process here. So yeah, mainly what I'm gonna be doing is just oiling my scalp and moisturizing my braids, and then around like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even 4, that's probably when you're gonna see me applying setting mousse, or laying the hair down with mousse. Alright, so now here is the important part. So now that we have our mousse applied, you can either blow dry your hair or you can just let it air dry. I'm gonna let it air dry here. What you're going to do is you're going to apply your do-rag. So this do-rag is actually extremely important when it comes to the setting process, because this is actually what's going to be laying your hair down. It's going to be matting your hair and letting the hair stick to the actual braids. If you don't properly know how to apply a do-rag, you can watch my video on it on screen here. But yeah, once you apply your do-rag, you're either good to go or good to go to bed or good to go for the day. So you just leave that do-rag on for anywhere from like, I don't know, 15 to 30 minutes. You can even blow dry your hair with a do-rag on if you want to make sure that your hair is really laying down and setting. But yeah, that's everything. That is all the time that I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to leave this video a like. If you're new to the channel, again, go ahead and subscribe and turn on post notifications. I make videos on skincare, hair care, fitness, fashion, and health. But that is all the time that I have for you guys today. I'm Kozact, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.